Waited on AC to come get me. Normally I show up on time, but so it's AC's fault, not mine. Just a few comments about last week's game. It's good to get some guys back out there. That was a good part. The thing that we didn't do a good enough job from a coaching standpoint was managing some of the positions that we put them in. Had a couple busts. And when you see those things occur, that's coaching. It's not a lack of effort. It's us making sure they're prepared to do the things that we need for them to do. Fourth down particularly, we're in a defense that we didn't need to recall. And again, we tried to recall it. We didn't get it set right. Those are plays that we got to eliminate as we step into SEC play. But really, proud of the performance, proud of the effort, and again, looking forward to stepping into SEC play.
Questions? Start on the right side, Sam.
John, having been in the SEC for such a long time, do you feel like there's a significant difference when you step into the conference in terms of physicality at the line of scrimmage when you face these kind of teams?
Well, I've got to say yes. Obviously, there's other teams that are very physical, and they play that way, and they coach that way, and that's the way football should be played. But obviously, when you get into SEC play, it's the best league in the in the country. There's no question about that. And from a talent standpoint, you look at NFL drafts through the years. I think that will show you that the better players are coming out of the SEC. So, it's exciting. It's a great opportunity to be in this conference, and I'm excited about my first conference game with Texas A&M.
On the right side, Gabe.
Not that he needed to prove any more that he hasn't already done, but with Myles Garrett, with the wisdom teeth out, and then with fighting through cramps and how productive he was, what did he show you the other day?
Well, nothing that I didn't, that we don't already know. The thing that where Myles has really grown, and is his leadership ability, and he should be. I mean, he's a great player, and you don't have to talk a lot to be a great leader. What you have to do is you have to be about your work. You have to be able to get it done. And certainly, you look back and, we're in a situation after the pooch kick that they recovered, and we need to get a stop. We need to get a stop. We'd just gotten off the field, didn't play very well on the drive before, but we got to go get a stop. Anytime there's sudden change, and we've talked about sudden change, and we've worked it, and, there's no doubt that unit went out there in the right frame of mind, and certainly he was a big part of that. And listen, he's a talented young man. He's a great young man. As good a player as he is, I have to say he's a better person. He's a better person, and he is a great player.
Back row on the left, KO.
Coach, you're going up against one of the biggest O-lines in the country. You guys are I'm going to say a lot quicker on the edges. Is that, and I'm not looking for you to give them any bulletin board material, but is that a matchup that you feel like is going to be very, very positive for you guys?
Well, I just look at it this way. We build our defense the way we want to play defense. And we certainly know we're going to see some big offensive lines. They're one of the biggest, but when you really break it down, they're not much bigger than anybody else in the SEC. We're going to see that in the SEC every week. But we build our defense the way we want it to play, and that's what we're concerned with. Is what we do on defense. It's really about us and how we play.
Right side, Sam.
Over the course of the last few weeks and maybe even since the spring, how do you feel like the ends and maybe the tackles have progressed against the run?
Well, that was one of the biggest things, when we started looking at how we were going to structure this staff. I and talking with Coach Sumlin back before spring practice felt like, to really win in this league, you need to be the best up front, and that's why we got a defensive ends coach and a defensive tackles coach, because we wanted to get better quicker. And I'm proud of the process of the the improvement that they've made. There certainly are, and it's becoming one of the strengths of our football team. Now, I don't want to take away anything from the back end. Our secondary's played well, and we're really excited about that. We're getting a group of linebackers back healthy. Again, we got to catch up some at that position, and we'll continue to do that.
Standing in the back, Daryl.
Can you talk about their quarterback, and because he hasn't been sacked so far this year, is it because of their line? Is it because he's just so smart to get rid of the football? What do you kind of attribute to that? And then maybe what will you do to try to disrupt him?
Well, I think there's a lot of factors. Obviously, they do a great job protecting him. There's no question about that. Their passing scheme allows him to get the ball out of his hands very, very quickly. All those things are factors, and I'm gonna wait to Saturday after the game to tell you if we had the right idea. But we're not gonna give them anything to think on.
Right side aisle. Gabe.
One of those linebackers was Hilliard. What did you see from him from the start of the game, working off some rust as the game went along, and how could he factor in this weekend?
Well, two things, and this is not a negative. He got tired, and that's to be expected. You think about it. We're talking about a young man that really has a great skill set, but really in 2 years has played very little football, and he played more football Saturday than he has in a long time, and he's going to only get better with the reps.
Anything else for Coach Chavis?
Thank you very much.
Thanks.